Yes, people, what's going on? Welcome to AdamMcKola TV. I am Adam. We are back, and in the last 24 hours, we have seen Manchester United confirm the Jadon Sancho deal finally, as he becomes our second official signing after Tom Heaton joined the club on a free transfer earlier in the window. Now, there's still lots to talk about. Rafael Varane, midfielders coming in, Paul Pogba leaving potentially. Loads of talk about those kind of things. But this morning, an hour ago, less than an hour ago in fact, we heard Ole Gunnar Solskjaer had signed a new contract at Manchester United to keep him at the club until 2024. Now, one part of me feels that's a deserved contract, but another part of me feels, should we have waited maybe a little bit longer? We'll talk about reasons for and against both of those things a little bit later in the video. But get your thoughts in those comments below on everything that we discussed today. Make sure you're keeping it locked by subscribing and hitting that notifications bell as well. But it's most important to be subscribed to the channel. You can help me reach my milestones and my targets, and of course you can make sure you're kept involved with what's going on the channel. We got loads of content coming up for you, so make sure you're keeping it locked. But as I said yesterday, United finally broke the news about Jadon Sancho completing his transfer to the club, and we were all delighted to hear that happen. We'd been waiting to see the official pictures of him in his Manchester United shirt and all those kind of things, and we finally got it. Man United is delighted to announce the signing of Jadon Sancho, subject to international clearance, which will happen, keeping him at the club until June 2026 with an option of a further year. He has scored 50 goals and registered 64 assists in 4 seasons with Borussia Dortmund, and he was part of the squad that reached the final of the Euro 2020. Let's not mention the missed penalty. Jadon Sancho said, "I'll always be grateful to Dortmund for giving me the opportunity to play first team football, although I always knew that I would return to England one day." And he did a really nice post to Borussia Dortmund on his Instagram as well, which nearly got me tearing. But it was it was good to see him pay such respect to them, because they took a chance on him and he delivered for them. The chance to join Manchester United is a dream come true, he said, and I just cannot wait to perform in the Premier League. This is a young and exciting squad, and I know together we can develop into something special to bring the success that the fans deserve. I'm looking forward to working with the manager and his coaching team to further develop my game. And Ole Gunnar Solskjaer said, "Jadon epitomises the type of player I want to bring to the club. He's a forward player in the best traditions of Man United. He will form an integral part of my squad for years to come, and we look forward to seeing him blossom. His goals and assist records speak for themselves, and it will also bring tremendous pace, flair and creativity to the team. Old Trafford will give him the platform he needs to release his untapped talent and perform at the highest level." Really excited to see this guy play for Manchester United. We've heard about the stats, we've heard about the figures, we've heard about those kind of things. But just when you look at Jadon Sancho and you look at his rise to where he currently is in this move here, he's been a man on a mission, a young boy on a mission in fact, because he left City when he wasn't even an adult yet. Do you know what I mean? He was 16, 17 years old, and he took the chance on himself to go to Germany, a foreign country, and back himself to perform in a difficult league at a historic club, and he did it. He did it. Now obviously he was a talented boy. A lot of people saw him potentially going on to big things, but he backed himself. He went there. He wanted to play week in, week out, and he got to do it. And now he's got a big move back to the Premier League, you know, to his former club's rivals. It's a chance for him to prove a lot of people wrong. Now City, they saw the talent in him, to be fair. I don't think City wanted to let him go, but they just weren't prepared to give him the game time that he demanded. He backed himself though, and he's kind of a trailblazer for a lot of young lads. I know there's others that have gone to Germany and done well as well, but he is showing that, you know, if you're in an academy and your team maybe isn't backing you yet, but you back yourself, maybe don't be afraid to go away. Now you need to have the talent of Jadon Sancho, but for him to do that is incredible, and it shows you the mindset that he has. And when you also hear from other people within football of the type of person and player that he wants to become, and Manchester United fans have got a lot in store for them, and I can't wait to see him play for Manchester United. He'll be wearing the number 25 shirt in homage to AdamMcKola and of course Antonio Valencia. Not the 7 that many of us expected, but I'm sure that will come next summer once Edinson Cavani leaves. Can't wait to see Jadon Sancho in a United shirt. And we also got the news, as I said today, that Ole Gunnar Solskjaer has signed a new deal at Manchester United too. And that will see him stay at the club until at least 2024. So that is 3 years' time. And it's an option for an extra year. Ed Woodward said Ole and his staff have worked tirelessly, putting the foundations in place for long-term success on the pitch. I think I agree with that. The results of that have become increasingly visible over the past 2 seasons, and we're all looking forward to seeing this exciting team develop further in the years ahead. Ole said everyone knows the feeling I have for this club, and I'm delighted to have signed this new contract. It's an exciting time for us, and we have built a squad with a good balance of youth and experienced players that are hungry for success. I have a fantastic coaching team around me, and we are all ready to take that next step on our journey. Man United wants to be winning the biggest and best trophies, and that's what we're all striving for. We have improved on and off the pitch, and that will continue. I can't wait to get out in front of a packed Old Trafford and get this campaign started. And look, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, I don't think there's a doubt that you can say he deserves his new contract. The work he's put in at Manchester United have shown that, you know, he's doing more good than bad. Now, we can look at the fact that we haven't won a trophy, and that's disappointing. And as a Man United manager, you have to be judged on the trophies. But the spirit that is building around the club, the fact that we have improved third to second, and now the team, you know, we're being able to attract players like Bruno Fernandes, Jadon Sancho. There's talk about Rafael Varane. Edinson Cavani was happy to stay on for another year. When you look at those kind of things, it shows you that respectable players and top players respect what this manager is doing at this moment in time. You look at the squad, there's more positive than negative. We're moving in the right direction. Now, part of me feels, is it too early? Should we have just waited maybe 6 months, 9 months and made him earn it? You know, because we need to be seeing trophies this season at Man United, especially when you look at the squad that we have. But look, we know if things were to take a drastic turn for the worse, the contract will mean nothing if the club want to sack him. So I actually think there's more positive than negative from this deal. Ole feels comfortable within the club. The players see a manager that's going to be sticking around for, you know, the foreseeable future. He's not a manager that's got a year left on his contract. They're probably, you know, if there's anything that goes a little bit negative, there's no one thinking, well, I'll just see you out anyway. And, you know, it's good for the team and the positive, like, to show that we're moving forward. If we're trying to bring in players, you know, they're not coming in thinking, well, your manager's got a year left on his deal. Who's going to be coming in after him? So it shows you that the club's moving in the right direction. But this season is vitally important that we deliver some silverware, because it's been too long. It's been too long. Now, it might not be the Premier League. We need to be challenging for it, though. Right up until the death, we need to be challenging for it. The Champions League, we need to be going further in that. We can't be dropping out and playing Europa League football. That can't be done. So there are objectives and targets that have to be reached for there to be, you know, more time given, I think. But as I said, this team, when I look at it, I feel real positive. I feel like with 1 or 2 more signings, which the rumours are potentially there, that, you know, we'll have a real team there. But that's where the pressure comes, because then you have to deliver. And fingers crossed, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer can do that, because I absolutely adore the man. I've had my doubts over him over the years. He's proven me wrong so far. I'd have liked to have seen a trophy along the way. But look at this team. We got a serious team. You know, 3rd place, 2nd place. Let's push on for top spot now, and let's see where that can take us. But yeah, a real feel-good factor going into the start of the season, which is important. Hopefully we can capitalise on that and deliver the manager the signings that he wants as well. Because getting in Jadon Sancho is great. It's not the be-all and end-all. And we also know we've got the Paul Pogba thing hanging over our heads as well. I've done a video before saying that, look, if he wants to leave, sell him this summer. There's no point keeping him at the club, allowing him to leave on a free next summer. And then you've got Raiola talking to clubs from maybe from before January. You know, all that kind of talk, when we need to be focusing on trying to win trophies. We don't want to be thinking about, you know, is one of our key players going to be leaving? So I think, look, you sign the deal this summer or you leave. If he wants to leave, sell him. You know, get 50 million, reinvest it elsewhere in the squad. I love Paul Pogba, but you know, we're building something, and either you want to be here or you don't. Now, we've seen some reaction from the PSG fans because Pogba's commented before that he wouldn't sign for PSG because of his, his boyhood French club and all those kind of things. But things change in football. Things change in football. Now, part of me feels, why would he want to spend his last remaining years in France, in the French league? But he is French, do you know what I mean? So he's going closer to home. Could be part of the contract negotiations. It could be trying to get, a little bit more out of United. But settle it this summer. Settle it this summer. Sign the deal or sell him. If you sell him, reinvest that in the squad, because it's important that we get that defensive-minded midfielder. And I wouldn't mind replacing Pogba as well. Obviously, for me, he's one of the best players in the world, one of the best midfielders in the world. But the team can move on. We've moved on before from top players that have done more for the club. So we'll do so again if it comes to that. I hope he stays, but let's see. Anyway, get your thoughts in the comments below. Make sure you're liking, commenting, sharing, and subscribing. I've been AdamMcKola. I'm out of here.